Oh, you guys. The Warriors won this year's NBA championship. And when they did, I immediately wanted to throw up in my mouth. Like, I am trying to appreciate greatness, but man, the Warriors make it really, really hard. I mean, they just. I was pissed when they won. Genuinely pissed that they won. And it just wasn't something that I wanted to happen. Immediately when the Boston Celtics defeated the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, I knew I was going to be a Celtic fan just for 7 games or less. Say they won the title, I'd go back to hating on them like a Laker fan should. So I knew right then and there they were going to have their hands full. And I'm not going to dive in too deep on if the Warriors' titlement is legitimate or not. That'll be a different video for a different day. What I want to talk about to you is why this NBA season was the worst NBA season ever. 75 years, 75th anniversary season. You expect it to be good. You expect your team to go far. You expect your team to do something. It wasn't just a bad year for me. It was a terrible year for Vegas as well, as Vegas had the opening odds as the Lakers and Nets being the two teams to meet in the finals. I mean, why not? With Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving coming back healthy, James Harden coming back healthy, who knew he'd melt down. But just the whole entire Nets team as a whole, you expected them to be in the finals. They'd be unbeatable with those three guys at the helm. Then you got the Lakers with LeBron and AD. You add Carmelo Anthony to the mix. You add Russell Westbrook to the mix. You get Dwight Howard back. You get Rajon Rondo back. You get Malik Monk. You get a lot of these guys that could help the Lakers potentially go over the hump. Fortunately, we all know how that season imploded. Don't even get me started on that. I got a whole 2 videos dedicated to how bad their season was. So it was just rough, just truly rough to see that my two teams didn't go as far as I thought they would. Now, the main reason why this season sucked is because my picks didn't go the way as planned. Now, if you watched my video back in October on my predictions for the overall season, my hot takes, in the East, I had the Milwaukee Bucks facing the Brooklyn Nets in the conference finals. I had the Nets being the number 2 seed, the Bucks being the number 1 seed, and we would be having an Eastern Conference Finals matchup with the right to go to the finals. And in the West, I did have the Lakers and I did have the Warriors. I was giving them their respect. With Klay Thompson coming back, we already know they were the greatest regular season team. Let me put the emphasis on regular season team when they went 73-9. It don't mean anything without the ring, but you get what I mean. They're the greatest regular season team ever, and they won before Kevin Durant even got there. So I thought, hey, you know what? Let me put some respect on their names, and let me at least put them in the conference finals. I had the Lakers and Nets winning. We all know how that happened. But my picks went completely down the drain, like the turd I just laid this past few minutes. Not right here, but you get the idea. It just sucked. It really, really sucked to see all the teams I chose. Even though the Nets didn't win a fucking game off the Celtics, I expected them to do better. I expected them to at least take the Celtics to 6, but that did not happen. So I was just pissed. And I had the Heat going to the finals, and then I had hoping the Mavericks would pull off some kind of upset, but I should have known. They shouldn't have. And then I had the Grizzlies beating the Warriors. We all know John Morant missed games 4, 5, and 6. Desmond Bane had knee issues, and Dylan Brooks essentially got suspended for the better part of 2 games. And just it seemed like every pick, every team I was rooting for would always implode and crash to the floor like a burning building. And it sucked. And to put the cherry on top, Golden State won. And now I know how I feel to be a non-Spurs fan when they had their dynasties, a non-Celtics fan in the 50s and 60s when they had their dynasties. I know how it feels to be a non-Laker fan when they had their dynasties. It sucks. It's the cherry on top of the worst season ever. The Golden State Warriors winning the fucking championship again. I'm sick of them, guys. Send help, please. I am sick of the Warriors, and this was the worst NBA season ever. It couldn't have ended fast enough, like I said, from my picks being wrong to the Lakers having a terrible season to the Nets having a terrible season, who were the number 1 seed in January, and then Kevin Durant got hurt. Kyrie Irving was a no-show on the whole vaccine issue. Was he going to play? Is he not going to play? Who knew? And, of course, they didn't do good. And as far as it goes, the Warriors winning the title, someone send help. That's all I have to say. Send help for your boy, Hollywood AJ.